So my name is Cameron Spencer. I work with the marching band at Los Gatos High School, and I work with the percussion ensemble at Los Gatos as well as the percussion ensemble at Fisher. And I've been doing this sort of thing since I was a high school student myself, which was 2000 to 2003. I was in high school, and I kind of fell in love with these sorts of activities, marching band, marching percussion, and I've kind of kept doing it ever since as sort of a side thing. And my day job is doing web development. And I taught in the Modesto area, where I am from, Modesto, California, for a number of years, and then I eventually moved out to the Bay Area, and I've been teaching at various schools ever since. So I sort of didn't know how to stop doing music. I fell in love with marching band and marching activities in high school, and then when I graduated high school, because I was still in the area, I just continued teaching and working with that same school I graduated from, Modesto High School. And then I've kind of been doing it more or less continuously ever since, teaching and being involved in these marching activities. And I just really love it. It's nice that I'm still able to have that as a part of my life. And I'm not sure if I'll ever stop doing it. So I'm kind of an omnivore when it comes to consuming, listening to music. I think if you looked at my iTunes library, you'd sort of find everything. I think a lot of people kind of they draw these boundaries around what they like. Like, oh, I don't like country, or I don't like rap, or I don't like opera. And I kind of feel like there's something good everywhere. Like wherever you look, there's going to be some good music there. Somewhere in that genre, there's something you like. And so that's kind of my attitude about things, where it's just kind of whatever. So yeah, kind of everything. So my greatest asset as a music teacher is probably that I'm able to be a little bit fun and light, I think. I think I tend to make things pretty fun for people. Even if the information I have to give can be a little bit hard to hear sometimes, when things are just not quite good enough, or people just don't seem like they're putting the time they need to. Still being able to deliver that message, but also have things be kind of fun and enjoyable and rewarding, I think is important. I think I do a pretty good job of that. Sometimes, it could be like telling a joke maybe at the expense of a really focused rehearsal, which I have to be a little bit careful of. That sometimes that stuff can go overboard, but I do know that people have fun in my groups and people want to come back, which I think has been great. So my biggest piece of advice for young music students is listen. Listen to yourselves. Play. I think that, especially as percussionists, we sometimes think of it kind of like button pushing. It's like, I hit this, then I hit that, and then I hit this. Maybe we have some understanding about what volume to play at, but we don't necessarily have a good understanding of what's the sound we're actually making, and what is it that we want that sound to be. So if you're playing a scale, you might just think, well, I played the right notes and I played them in the right order, so I have done a scale. But that's not really the end of your job. You've got to listen to the sounds that your instrument is producing. Have a model in your head of what should that quality of sound be like? What am I actually trying to produce? And then evaluate what you're hearing and then make adjustments to make that. And that feedback loop is usually what's missing in young students. And you have to develop that listening ability, that understanding of what the sound should be, and that ability to analyze what you're actually producing to create a good sound. And that's the thing. Listen to yourself, listen to other people, use your ears and trust your ears. Yeah, Los Gatos has been a wonderful place to teach. I've taught at maybe a dozen or so different schools, Modesto area, other Valley area schools like Los Gatos. I taught at a few other Bay Area schools like Logan High School, and I kind of feel like I've sort of found my forever school. Not to say that I'll be here forever, but I think that probably Los Gatos High School will be the last place I ever teach. And that probably when I'm done here is when I'm done. Because it's been a wonderful community, genuinely the best boosters I've ever worked with, and wonderful resources and wonderful kids. So I've really found this to be a very rewarding experience here teaching at Los Gatos, in the Los Gatos area.